All right, welcome to the show, everybody. Hi, good to see you. Let me see. I should have a button for my. The mic's on. Okay, good. I gotta set up a button for my chat room. There we go. Hi, there you are. Welcome. It'll start populating in a second. Good to see. Good to see you. So, let me just give a frank nod to our dear friend CSL, who creates the thumbnails for the clips and cuts them up and all that kind of stuff and does that work, and bless his heart for doing it. He also goes out and finds the videos to find stuff that I haven't seen yet. Okay, so in case you don't know, or you're new here, or you're a maggot, I don't pre-watch videos and then go, aha, here's something I can hit. I just find the videos that are exemplary of the argument that these people put out in theory because they think so. And I do the entirety of it or a good portion of it or until I get bored. But I don't just like nut pick through what they're doing to try and find something that's easy to pick on. Okay. And you know, it's easier with some people than others. Obviously, Greg Kelly. Oh dear. Oh, poor. Oh, Gregory. So, you know, it's pretty simple. Like if it comes up in my feed, I know it's going to be a bunt. It's not going to require the deepest quality of thought and comedy coming from me because he's in a one-legged ass-kicking contest with two legs tied behind his back or whatever. I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum. It's oh boy. We do have something good to look forward to. Where is this? Okay, open that guy up. There you go. Again, there's so much. So anyway, CSL has been using, you know, we create our little AI images, which I'm very proud of. Like this one, for example, like that's, I made this up because of the rededication that was allegedly this weekend. And I was, I just noticed the re-derp juice that I was selling, and that my Kool-Aid coffee mug has two handles. I love AI for this stuff. It's such shit, right? Okay. So anyways, yeah, I'm not, is it okay to yuck Greg's yum? I don't think so. But overall, you know, there is a trend that is happening. We know that the maggotry watches the show and they're not subscribed. So if I may remind all of them, could you just subscribe, will you? Hold on. Did my little screen, do I not? Yeah, there it is. Hey, could you, all right. Subscribe to the channel. You know you watch. Just stop it. Nobody's going to call you out for it. We're trying to get our numbers up. We're approaching 100K. We can do this. I know we can. So this over time, you know, we've been, you know, especially CSL's been playing with these AI images because we're dicking around over here. That's the nice thing about not taking AI as seriously as other people do, is that we can use it in a very silly way, in a way that, you know, is you know, creative, yes, but also not reliant on it, you know, because we're just being idiots. And in many ways, it's how I use, like in a good way, I use AI like mastering programs to help me get closer to having an album sounding song without having to hire Mutt Lang away from whatever he's doing, which I could never do because I don't have $1.5 million sitting around to pay him for a weekend. So I use AI, and that's given us wonderful songs like
This is some bullshit.
Right, inspired by my love for Resident Alien. Redact This turned out very well.
Yeah. If they ask, I
got it. You can say nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Redact This worked, of course. Couch humping.
Couch humping.
So AI has some value in that regard, right? You can use it to make some stuff that's temporary and stupid, which I think is its best. Honest to God, I think making toilet paper art is the greatest thing AI is for. No question. That's why I was able to create a song called Maximum Overdrive, which is a reference to Stephen King's movie about all the devices turning against us, for Friday Eye because I'm just being a dipshit about it. You know, this was hilariously over the top, right? I mean, come on. This is hilarious. Yes, my dream role has always been to be the kid in the end of Footloose breakdancing. The fridge hums low, the lights flicker bright. Microwave's got a mind tonight. I mean, come on. Come on.
The thermostat whispers in the dark.
And Maximum Overdrive was made completely with humans, and that movie is ass.
The toaster's on, the kettle screams, the coffee maker's brewing skin. Maximum Overdrive. They've come.
I mean, come on. That's ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. That's right. Okay. So I like the fact that it's ridiculous. I was also able to take my theme song, which I wrote myself. This guy, remember this guy? My original theme song, which I wrote because in all honesty, I was not trying to write a song for the show. I was trying to write a theme song for what my version of a Fletch movie would be. And then it just worked out well. Yeah. Right? It was like kind of a demo of the part of the movie where you're rousting hookers or looking for evidence, right? In an 80s cop movie kind of thing. Yeah. You feel the Fletch? Thank you. I appreciate that. And then I was able to take that because of what they, the cover version of it and do. Hold on, not that one. Hold on. Yeah. This is the Scottish version, the original. See what I mean? Right. So, all right. So stupid. Right. Get it? Like it's silly, but fun. That was the ZZ Top version of it. There was the chill version, which is the same melody. It's just dragged out. Right. And then, of course, it gave us Taco.
Bring a taco, take a bite. Trump always chickens out, so it's
Okay, so needless to say, I've been using this, I think, for good, by and large, okay? For all the AI haters out there, I do think there is a reason for using, especially this kind of stuff, just to fuck with it, right? Just to fuck with the whole thing. Oh, wait, am I up on Instagram yet? Did I not? Yeah, it's up. Okay, good. So, like today, I've been working on using it to write a gospel song. Hence the thing. Let's see. Yes, Lord. Oh, praise Jesus. Pass the mashed potatoes. Amen. Well, Lord.
Lord, my cleats are tired.
Oh, yes, they are.
Knees feel small.
They do. My knees feel very small.
Been tripping over
every
one of my calls.
Tripping over my
My
calls.
plays get tangled.
They do.
My plans get bent.
They do. It's metaphorically.
But I'm still singing in the pew tent. Oh,
That's right.
Lord, keep me steady.
That's right.
Yeah.
Lord,
Keep me steady.
the derpification that came this weekend.
When the whistle blows and the crowd goes still, I need a little mercy and a whole lot of will.
That's
I'm
right.
not asking glory, just a path that's clear and a chorus of angels right in my ear. Carry me home, Lord.
Oh, yes.
Carry me home.
Oh, Lord, help me. Pray.
I'm getting bruised.
That's right. It's
But
true.
I'm not alone.
so sad. You know what I'm
Hold
saying?
me up, Jesus.
Yes, that's right.
Hold me up now.
All right. So, anyways, you get the. I'm gonna, and then the reason I need that is so you write a song like that, and then what you do is you pull the stems on that because the way it works. Where is it? Where do we go? Edit? No, it's not edit. Yes, there it is. Edit, get the stems. Okay. So it'll give me vocals and instrumental, right? Okay. Then I don't need the vocals. It's just silly. But for my purposes, when we got the rederpification going on, it would be very helpful if I had that kind of music just behind me while I'm chit-chatting and talking like a dickhead, making my point. Okay. So a good use of AI across the board. All right. I'll show you that in just a little bit. But in the meantime, Benny Johnson has clearly been watching the station. I guess he's on some sort of countdown to when he's going to be outed by yet another channel. Like we're here to yuck anybody's yum. He's got this totally misread. But I do think he would relax a lot if he just came out of the closet. You know, just be yourself. That's the greatest thing about being a Democrat is we don't have to care. As long as it's with consenting adults, go pound sand. It's up to you. All right. So I want to show you real quick before we jump into today's sturf. This is what, whoops, that's the wrong one. Hold on. That's my soundboard, by the way. Hold on. Why did it reset after the show this morning? I fixed it and I don't understand why. Go to preview mode, come over to here, go to this comms. There we go, which is where I was. Excellent. And then click on this. Whoops. Click on that. And go to tertiary display, which is the proper way to do it. Thank you very much. And slide that there. There you go. Much better. And then I'll do the same thing here so that the vertical has it. And go to slide down. There you go. Why do you have to be so touchy? Okay, here we go. Tertiary display. If I do say so my damn self. All right, then we go to that, and I hit the publish. Yeah, there we go. So back to live mode. So this is what Benny's been doing. He does a lot of the crying stuff or whatever. Now he's just straight up ripping off stuff from our channel. But he again. The one thing this is the ban foreigners, Trump yelling, Benny's yelling. By the way, he's got like lines in his neck and he's screaming and all this kind of stuff. I got to tell you, even when this motherfucker gets hot on the air, it's really lame. Everybody's Benny and this is the thing. And oh my God, I'm upset and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's so stupid. And then, wait, this is the other one. Okay. Tim Pool has started touching himself up with AI. Yeah. That's AI Tim Pool. That's AI Tim Cast, along with, of course, the AI thing about how, like, Tucker Carlson is looking astounding in his Rachel Maddow haircut, and Candace is screaming at a homeless guy who is screaming right back, I would like to add. This is how it ends. This is the end. My AI friend. So we'll get to some of these. In the meantime, though, hit the like, share the show. We're getting there. We're getting near 100. Let's get, yeah. You're so good. And of course, I mean, I'm glad that we have Bend over here, you know, because where is he? Oh, it's this one.
Keep an eye out for the end times.
Right? We would miss the end times if it wasn't him. It wasn't for him. And also we would miss
potatoes and chicken.
Which, I mean, I think they're correlated, if not causative. I blame
potatoes and chicken
for the end times. So we will. Thanks, Benny. We
Keep
will
an eye out for the end times.
That's right. So this weekend, Sunday, while Trump was golfing, and this is the thing I want to show first, if I may, if I can find this, and hit the like, share the show, annoy the maggot in your life. Trump message read. There was let's see, rededication. There was a really shit turnout. Yeah, here it is. Oh shit! This is the. Oi. I got. Can I show you this real quick? This is hilarious. Before I actually pull out the one that he actually did, and that sounds dirty somehow. Right up here, there's a different people putting up, like RSBN puts it up, Newsmax puts it up, of course, anything to not have to post Greg Kelly videos. I understand. Full speech. Full speech. It says full speech. Full speech. President Trump delivers spiritual message for rededicate 250. It's the full speech, kids. It's full speech. The full speech is 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Fucking full speech. All right, God damn it. So, yeah, this is the same footage. At least, yeah. Trump reads Bible verse. This is fucking painful. By the way, heavily edited. Open link in new tab, and we're gonna try, ladies and gentlemen, to get through all 2 minutes and 41 seconds of this shite. All right, let's see. This is the instrumental. Downloading that. There we go. And then this is gonna be so good. Themes in here. You go. Yep. And clicking here. Pardon me for doing a little bit of homework during this, but it honestly just finished baking a little bit ago. Let's see. Let's take this one. And, friends, we got a message for you tonight. Lord, help me out. This is the moment when Donald Trump's going to deliver for all of us. A moment of grace, a reading of a Bible verse, a pulling of this meaning, children's from deep within his carcass of a soul, something left over here. The Donald Trump, the kind of religious man who Rustin Cole is talking about in season 1 of True Detective, when he says, let's face it, Marty, I don't think anybody here is going to be splitting the atom. Praise Jesus and pass the mashed potatoes. Let me tell you right now, folks, Donald Trump is about to bring the gospel. He's about to show you what true faith and belief, oh Lord, what's he gonna bring? I don't know shit. He's gonna read a Bible verse right now, and it's gonna be painful. I'm just gonna tell you, get used to it. Also, there's a nut warning. It's gonna be gross, even though it's probably AI. Just remember that as we're watching, that it's probably a fake nut to begin with. All right, praise Jesus. Here we go. Now, this is the speech that he gave. And we'll go through the Bible verse that he chose, which I gotta say, hold on, which I gotta say, Lord, I gotta say, is an attempt to make it sound like he's warning MAGA that the day is coming. Oh shit. Praise Jesus and pass the mashed potatoes. Oh, drop kick me, Jesus, through the goalposts of life. All right. So take a listen, if you will, to the Bible verse that Trump is choosing to read. Which do they? Yeah. Let's see. Do they open up this? Nope. They don't list which one it is. Okay. Here we go.
Thus Solomon finished the house of the Lord and the king's house,
Hold on,
and all
wait.
that came into Solomon's heart to make in the house of the Lord, and in his own house he prosperously effected.
Hold on, wait.
And
Stop.
the Lord appeared to Solomon by night and said to him, I have heard your prayer.
Okay, hold on. Fuck me. They start this thing rolling, and he doesn't even do like hello rededication. It starts. Okay, there has to be another. God damn. full speech? Maybe that's it. Hold on.
Thus Solomon finished the house of the
Nope. They just zapped right the fuck in. The President of the United States, and then thus Solomon.
Solomon finished the house of the Lord and the king's house, and all that came into Solomon's heart to make in the house of the Lord.
This is where you can tell that, again, this is what it would sound like if a demon was reading the Bible, because every phrase burns.
And in his own house, he prospered.
Also, fucking AI. Again, to my point, this is AI, okay? Just telling you. Whatever the intro was, nobody bought it. And he couldn't be bothered to fucking make his own, so because he had to go golfing. So they just did the Bible verse and moved on. And they've probably got a ton of these where I guarantee they're making a CD set that you can buy when he leaves office, however he leaves office. You can buy it and it will be Donald Trump reads the Bible, and it's all going to be fucking AI. I'm telling you right now. And if they don't make it, let me tell you, I'm going to throw down. Right now. You ready? I'm going to throw down. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, hold on. That's the wrong song. It's this one. Play this. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. If the cabinet around Donald Trump cannot bring themselves to concoct through AI and the greatest tools that have been delivered to us in technology and God's green earth before the data centers eat up all of our water and farmland, if the people in his cabinet, if the people in Trump world, if Trump Media and Technology Group does not put out AI videos of Donald Trump reading every single Bible verse, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to sell it online. And I'm going to buy myself a new house with money that maggots pay to watch this dipshit AI his way through the Bible. Just count on it. Just understand that if they don't do it, I'm going to do it. All right? Just understand this. All right, here we go.
Seriously affected. And the Lord.
Look at the fucking jaw. Like, they have trained this on how he talks. He talks like shit. So you can't polish a turd. So AI is dealing with what it has to deal with. That's it. Okay. But we'll watch it. He's got this is the same setup when he had the wrist before, where the wrist was jutting out of the sleeve, where he also read a Bible verse and he's resting his hands on the Bible. We've been through this shit before. This is the other verse. They just made these at the same time.
His own house, he prosperously affected.
Prosperously.
And the Lord appeared to Solomon by night and said to him, I have heard your prayer and have chosen this place to myself for a house of sacrifice. If I shut up heaven, that there be no rain, or if I command the locusts to devour the land, or if I send pestilence among my people, if my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from.
Yeah, you see why they picked this one, where he can align himself with the word of God? Because this sounds like a verse that he thinks is about him. Listen to this shit. This is clearly like, this sounds like Trump warning maggots not to go against him.
Pestilence among my people.
But by the way, you can see the jump in among. Watch the jump.
Is to devour the land, or if I send pestilence among my people. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land.
God damn. That's, of course, they had to stitch this together or make it out of AI, out of whole cloth, because, God damn. Hit the like, by the way, because, I don't think I'm going to get struck by lightning for this, but he might, and I'm worried about the proximity.
Now my eyes shall be open and my ears attent to the...
Seriously, it's like listening to a demon suffer the Chinese water torture, but with holy water.
Prayer that is made in this place. For now I have chosen and sanctified this house that my
Whoop. This house. Did you see that fix too?
is made in this place. For now I have chosen and sanctified this house.
Did you hear that? Like literally they cut the word in half. This is all AI. Okay? Just understand this. You will never see him read this live. Were there any other, with a George W. Bush or whoever, they would have walked down the fucking street or been driven up there for this event and read it out loud, read it live, just to shore up their bona fides with the religious right. Prosperously.
That is made in this place. For now I have chosen and sanctified this house that my name may be there.
What the fuck is that? This house, this house, this house.
Open and my ears attent to the prayer that is made in this place. For now I have chosen and sanctified this house.
This house. Maggots, come here. Come here. I know you like Benny Johnson's AI generated thumbnails and his little opening videos because it allows you to have the illusion that he's straight, and somehow that's comforting to you. I know you are being confronted constantly with the fact that this asshole, the asshole this AI is based on, is breaking every promise that you insisted were the primary reasons why you voted for him. But it's, and I know you sold yourself on this. I like him because he talks just like me. Okay. No, he doesn't. At this point, he's not even talking. He can't be bothered to read a fucking Bible verse. Maggots, I'm dead serious. You can hate me all you want. You can hate whatever. You can think we want to put men in women's sports and we want an open border and believe all that shit. Just knock yourself the fuck out. Never mind the fact that any man who would lie that much about what he planned to do in office, of course, might maybe just be lying about the people he's running against, but whatever. But you have to face the facts that they are making AI videos of Trump to cover the fact that he either can't do them or can't be bothered. And in the two instances where he's done Bible verses, those were the ones that are the most obvious AI. That and home ownership, that video, which I covered before. This is bullshit. This is, and I've shown you guys before. Hold on, I'll just in case you think this is like some sort of like high tech. How do you do? Let me show you the. I showed you the Julie McCoy lady. Cool. There we go. Dr. Julie McCoy. There you go. That's this lady. Okay, so she's got a bunch of videos online. All right, and I like her stuff. There's nothing wrong with this, and she at least is honest about the fact that she has an AI avatar on her channel. But this is her channel. Okay, practical AI tips and tutorials. She's got a whole thing of them here. The newest one is 2026, the AI playbook. Solo founders are about to eat everyone. This is how like single person companies are about to eat big Fortune 500, whatever. Chat is dead, blah, blah, blah. So she does a bunch of these and they're fine, whatever. And this is the actual person. That's her. Okay. But yeah, here you go. Why I stopped filming videos, YouTube videos in 2026. So here she is to show you why she stopped filming them. She makes $200K a month on her channel.
In 2024, I was the first YouTuber to ever clone myself. In 2025, that clone saved my life. Literally, I had a health crash so severe, I couldn't sit in front of a camera for 6 months, and my AI clone kept the entire business running. In 2026, that same clone is doing $200,000 a month, 2 million organic views, $160,000 in sponsorships. And I haven't filmed a real YouTube video in months. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the exact system, every tool.
Also, by the way, if you'll notice, digital avatar. This is actually her as well. This is another version of her that she had made. Okay, she's on the deck of the Enterprise, and she wears an Enterprise shirt in her other ones too.
Every step, every mistake I made so you don't have to. But there's a catch. The version of this I'm doing right now in 2026, it's a generation ahead of what I taught a year ago. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to get into the room with me in Phoenix to install the whole thing in 2 days. Let's go. Most creators are stuck in a trap. To grow on YouTube, you need...
All right, so just to be abundantly clear, this woman who is in this video, and this is like, I'll show you another one. This is, it looks just like her. It's not overly flattering, let's say, or fake or whatever. She makes a video avatar, and she has a voice avatar that she built, and this is how you do it. You use no background music, no setting changes. It's how you record your own voice. This is how you create a duplicate of your own voice. Okay. Is that AI herpes? Yeah. So this is, you make several clips and then you feed it into it and it will use this stuff. Okay. And this is the consumer grade. Again, can you imagine if she had technology that the president had access to?
AI hit 50.
Let's see where hold on. There she goes.
Question,
Here.
if I was starting over today, no audience, no email list, no funnel, nothing, what would I do in my first 90 days? I've been thinking about this for weeks. I built First Movers. I run 2 YouTube channels. I've integrated AI into 80 plus businesses, and the answer surprised me.
Okay. You get my point. All right. That's the key part. So maggots, this is for you. Just to show you how this is done. This is blowing me up, Scotty. See, watch it. All right. So this is Trump's version of this. Okay. That's what he's doing. These are AI videos. This is a digital avatar of Donald Trump. And the fuck ups that they leave in are specifically for that. Like they would fix some of these words if they were trying to make it perfect. They're not trying to make it perfect. They're trying to convince you. And since he doesn't speak perfectly, they would never make an avatar of him that speaks perfectly. Does that make sense? Sometimes they try and make it so that it speaks faster or in more complete sentences. And they did that before, and it was super fucking obvious. And yours truly was, I think, the only person to really point it out. I am now calling it out. I, Hal Sparks, in front of God and man and the news of the world, am saying that they are concocting AI videos of Donald Trump that in some cases are edited with AI using they basically create a model based on him attempting to shit out one of these statements. And then they fix it basically after the fact. And in some cases, they are doing the whole thing. Okay? If Donald Trump has a health event, or more to the point, he has at some point recently had a health event, they have covered it with these kind of videos. They've got shit that they post at night to make it sound like he never sleeps. And this video and others like it are there to make you think that he gives a damn and he's still doing stuff. And he sleeps 12 hours a day. They've got him knocked out on a bunch of drugs. He's on a fucking IV drip, probably at least 3 days a week, if not 5. That is clearly what's happening. And you can believe me on that or not. I'm fine with that. But one thing that I think we can all agree on is this is the first ever AI slop president. And all of his shit talking about Biden's auto pen can have a seat, because this is the most exaggerated form of auto penning that you could possibly do, which are national addresses done completely with AI. I got to tell you,
that my name may be there forever.
Okay, here you go. There's another example. His hands, we did this last time. This is the same hand setup he did when he read the Bible the last time. His hands don't move, like, and not like they're still, like they're frozen. Watch it. Look at it again. When his head moves, his hands don't move at all.
I have
Watch
chosen
this.
and sanctified this house, that my name
Okay, and the this house thing, go fuck yourself, maggots. You can tell that's an edit, and he's still on camera when the edit happens. It's different when they change cameras from left to right and there's a chop. You can hide stuff that way in traditional editing, but when they do it on screen, that's proof that they're slapping these things together.
name may be there forever, and my eyes and my heart shall be there.
There you go. Then that hand moves after the first like
There
sentence.
forever,
Watch this.
and my eyes and my
All the way up to eyes, the hands are completely frozen.
heart shall be there.
And then the other one is his wrist starts going in and out of the sleeve without affecting the sleeve itself. This is standard AI slop avatar shit you see everywhere.
Perpetually. And as for you, if you will walk before me, as David your father walked, and
Your father.
do according to all that I have commanded you, and shall observe my statutes and my judgments, then will I establish the throne of my kingdom according to
Whoa. Sorry, again, let's check that again. The word throne of my kingdom. Now, if you're cutting to another person in an interview or you're cutting to a different angle, that's where you would have a word jump and you could cover that. But listen to this again and watch his hands when he says kingdom.
according to all that I have commanded you, and shall observe my statutes and my judgments, then will I establish the throne of my kingdom according
My kingdom, like literally as he says it, his hands go from frozen to a roll like that. That's an edit. They're editing this together with AI. He either made one pass of this. This is the same thing we've been through before. He either made one pass of this or he did part of the verse and then they did the rest of it using this performance and this avatar. And they're just cranking this shit out. Please share this clip with news organizations because I will come on and defend this any fucking where.
to as I have covenanted with David your father,
Your father.
saying there shall not fail you as a man to be ruler in Israel. But if you turn away and forsake my statutes and my commandments, which I have set before you, and shall go.
Yeah, this is a straight up avatar. Whole fucking thing. My kingdom. Right, exactly.
And serve other gods and worship them, then will I pluck them up from the root.
By the way, worship them, not then. But again, this is based on his fuck ups, not just
Serve other gods.
like they are sausaging this shit together.
Gods and worship them, then will I pluck them up from the roots out of my land which I have given them, and this house which I have sanctified for my name will I cast out of my sight, and will make it.
By the way, if you'll notice, the is almost identical every time. The mouth moves slightly differently, but the is based effectively on one sample. It's like when you take a chorus in a song and you just put it throughout and the performance is the same in each one. That's how they did it. They trained it on him and so is doing the exact same thing. Yes, and his mouth moves really oddly. It always does anyways, but even more so in this situation.
Be a proverb and a byword among nations, and this house which is high.
All right, and again, part of it looks dubbed because it's not quite in line with the mouth, and because it's on a giant screen at the event, they're figuring nobody's going to notice this shit. You really only notice it if you watch it on a regular screen up close. And they're counting on you not doing it. As a matter of fact, they're counting on maggots watching it from a relatively large TV in their home if they ever do from far away.
And a byword among nations, and this house which is high.
This house which is high
Shall be an astonishment to every one that passes by it, so that he shall say, why has the Lord done thus to this land and to this house? And it shall be answered.
That was a hard edit. Here's how you edit normally. So this would be the closest thing to a hard edit. Back the fuck up. Why is it jumping so far?
And this house which is high shall be an astonishment.
And this house which is high. You got to be high to do this. Also, his teeth disappear sometimes.
Byword among nations,
Yeah, when he said byword is
and will make it to be a proverb and a byword
yeah. So on byword, his upper teeth disappear.
among nations.
Hey, they came back. Look at that.
To
Watch.
be a proverb and a byword among nations.
Byword among nations.
And this house which is high shall be an astonishment to every one that passes by it, so that he shall say, why has the Lord done thus to this land and to this house? And it shall be answered, because they forsook the Lord God of their fathers, which brought them
And their fathers' fathers. And their fathers' 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 fathers. Oh, shut up.
forth out of the land of Egypt and laid hold on other gods and were
They did? They laid hold on other gods? Also, this is one of the moments where you're confronted with the uncomfortable fact when you read an Old Testament verse versus a New Testament verse, rather, or listen to me facts. An Old Testament verse versus a New Testament verse. In the Old Testament, there was more than one God. God doesn't say, you shall not have false idols and false gods. It says you won't have other gods before me. Effectively saying there are other gods, but I'm number one. Just for the record. And not, you shall not have fallen angels before me, like it's Lucifer and he's talking about the devil. He means other gods. I mean, don't get me started on the Tower of Babel story and let us go down. Who the fuck is us?
and worship them and serve them. Therefore has he brought all this evil upon them.
And that's the end of it. That speaks for itself. Yeah. And therefore he's brought all this evil upon them. Dude, that's about you, you dumb motherfucker. So, yeah. So, for the record, maggots, you know what? Normally I would give you sort of an opportunity to kind of delve into this yourself and, you know, throw back at me and hammer at me and go, oh yeah, how do you know, Dubby? Not today. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you go and go to the White House channel and go look at all the videos and stare at them and watch them again. And after the fucking dew has fallen off the lily and your MAGA hard-on has gone away because he's throwing shit your way, and you watch him for real, you'll go, oh, holy shit. There's like 9 words in there that are all sausaged together. And every time he turns his head, it's identical. Because you're going to get there. And they're going to use this more and more. And it could be that Trump insists because he can't be bothered reading Bible verses, which I think is true. I think he finds it annoying and below him. And he thinks that Christianity is a con game. That's why he calls Franklin Graham one of the greatest salesmen in the world. Because he's selling bullshit to these idiots, according to Trump. But this could very well be just Susie Wiles and everybody in the White House going, Mr. President, we got this. We're using all these new techniques. We're going to be able to put out videos and you're going to pull the wool over everybody's eyes. And I will throw down about these videos on any show, anywhere, anytime. Any right-wing show, any left-wing show, any fucking CNN show. I will bring the goddamn receipts. Because I don't see them covering this at all. And it is so obvious and so on the nose and quite frankly pathetic. Now, we do have some good news to look forward to, and I think this is let me erase this forever. This is going to come up. I don't know when this is happening, CSL. I'm excited too. When this happens, damn, like there are these moments where like some of the Tucker crowd and stuff have turned on Trump lately or Alex Jones, but they still do it with this attitude of like, well, he's still a good guy. He's just been hypnotized by Netanyahu, right? Hello, any wings and or no wings? Oh, the way he speaks, or which one, Alyosha? Anyway, so this this is gonna be. I gotta Candace Candace Owens and Hunter Biden. By the way, her name is not Candace X. There's this thing about like instead of and, they put an X because you're a guest on the show. To cover the fact that they may or may not like you. It's a cowardly way of saying somebody's a guest on your show. So it's two people together. Somebody times somebody, I think, is the way they're going. It's all multiplied by a factor of Hunter Biden. But this is the official trailer.
So the FBI has had physical possession of Hunter Biden's laptop, which reportedly contains, well, a lot of disturbing material.
You have access to that actual laptop.
A jury found Hunter Biden guilty of 3 felony gun charges.
I said I abide by the jury decision. I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
Oopsies. He lied. He pardoned a crackhead. Hunter Biden. Welcome to the Candace Owens Show.
I've heard you call me a crackhead many times, and the truth of the matter is, I was a crackhead. The quote-unquote laptop, which, by the way, is you know what the laptop proved?
That you were a crackhead.
There you go.
Oh, shit. All right. By the way, the laptop he's talking about is the one that they gave to the IRS. The other laptop, which he says is bullshit, never existed. It's a fucking fabrication.
My marriage fell apart, and it just started a really, really dark cycle. My brother called me and said, this has got to stop. And it forced me into a choice. And the choice was, do I get out of bed and live, or do I die?
DC is corrupt. Politics is corrupt.
But something's changed, Candace. It's not left or right. The DC elite of the left, they crushed my dad because he was never part of that club. He was never part of the Epstein class. You know one thing he didn't do? He didn't greenlight to turn Gaza into a Trump golf course with the maitre d' being Jared Kushner. War in Iran that they started.
Oh, shit. Goddamn. We might have to do this whole thing.
Every president before him was pressured by the Israelis.
And I do think there was something about the Charlie Kirk assassination that everyone just sort of looked up.
They're the people that Charlie Kirk made. The level of disloyalty or fear, I don't know what it is. And the criticism of you for asking the questions for someone who was like a brother to you, it's like, what the F are you talking about? I listen to you and I go, right on. The acts of
damn.
Of John. There is a thing that Christ says. You must learn to suffer as I do in order to be able not to suffer. And that is the greatest lesson of everything.
Oh, shit. So, again, good on Hunter, yes, for showing up there and facing this stuff from the very people that were shitting all over him. Yeah. How much coke you give him to do the interview? He doesn't do coke anymore. He's clean, unlike Don Jr., who, by the way, can I just point out something? He's got less of a beard right now. Let's see if they show a picture of him with his earlier beard, right? Yeah, where is the... No, they don't show him in the beginning. When Hunter was sporting a beard for a good long while, and we had that situation where, come on, maybe not. Maybe it's older. You know, okay, they won't have it. You got. Remember John Paul McIsaac? Anybody? Sorry, Nick. Remember John Paul McIsaac, the guy who allegedly found that Hunter came in hammered, brought in 3 soaking wet laptops that were, and only one of them was partially salvageable. And he downloaded a copy of the hard drive before he was going to give it back. And he gave it to Rudy Giuliani's friend because they happened to know each other. Like the hanky part of this story, like, don't get me fucking started. If Candace Owens can go into the Charlie Kirk thing, I can dump all over this bullshit story. But the theory is that John Paul McIsaac, let's see, I'm going to try to bring up an image of a good old Hunter with his beard there. Yeah, here you go. This is open this in a new tab. Okay. So here's Hunter Biden. with his beard, right? During the time when he had a beard, which is a good long while. And then there's Eric Trump with his beard and Don Jr. with his beard. Now, if you squint and somebody came into your office and gave you 3 soaking laptops and said, I'm Hunter Biden, and it was Don Jr., and you can only see 6 inches in front of your face, what do you think the chances are that a white guy of the same size, he's legally blind. He can only see 6 inches in front of his face. He's literally blind past those 6 inches. What do you think that you could do with a guy like that if Don Jr. literally dropped these things off? Dropped off the laptops that became the hard drive called laptop and all the bullshit. Why do Americans put the month before the day? Because it's categorically more important. Because there are more days in the month than there are months in the year. And yet there can be a 12-12. And so to know what, a 12-13, there could be a 12-11 or 11-12. That's the part that you run into by putting the date ahead of time. Half the time you are anything past 12, you're well aware that we're talking about the day in that position. That would be my guess. Or just to irritate England for, all that pre-revolutionary war shit. But the point I'm trying to make is if you were going to drop off of fucking in the campaign year in 2015, where you were going to shit on Hunter Biden or whatever, having Don Jr. drop this shit off would work like a charm, wouldn't it? Or this would be 2019, 2020. Don Jr. could roll in there, drop it off in front of this guy, say it, fake a shitty Hunter Biden signature. You don't have to be good at forging to do it. Nobody's ever going to check. How dare they? Right? And, if you're blind and you can't see and all you can see is like a watery version of it, it's the same fucking dude. So, anyways, there is no Hunter Biden laptop. Feel free to @ me. Maggots have been trying this forever. And again, I think my favorite part of this whole thing is this part, Joe Rogan, which should have been assigned to all the maggots. This part.
You have access to that actual laptop.
Jury.
Okay, he was talking, I think in that one, to Kash Patel. You have access to that actual fucking laptop. No, he doesn't. Because it's not real. It's fucking made up. There's a hard drive called laptop with a bunch of shit thrown in together. Some of it hacked, some of it fabricated to create this bullshit narrative. And there is no chain of evidence on it. So therefore, even if you tried to bring it into court, you would get laughed out of there. That's why they could never bring a case against Hunter Biden, because if you started looking at the chain of evidence, a first-year law student could throw it out. I hammered this the entire time this shit was going on, and nobody was ever able to knock me off my perch. Not a fucking one, not a maggot from anywhere. So, when did I grow my hair? Since COVID? So, anyways, I'll be fascinated to watch this. It may be one of those things where I watch it ahead of time and just play clips because it's probably going to be a couple hours. But, boy. This is going to be good stuff. All right, let's. Okay, I'm curious about this one since we're on an AI kick right now, where Dim Pool with his AI nose job. Hey, say what you will about my stuff, but at least I have the nerve to be ridiculous. And I would like to say for the record that AI consistently makes me look older than I am. It fucking caramelizes my skin and deepens my wrinkles beyond what they normally are, and I don't care. I post them anyways because it's AI. I don't mind. Right? I know it's AI. You know it's AI. If you meet me, you can go, oh my God, your skin looks so much better. I'm like, well, the AI makes me look like shit. So, yeah, I'll say hi. Right. How do you know I'm not an avatar? Sorry, I should have prepared for that moment. How do you know I'm not AI? Because can an AI do this? I really do need a foot camera. Okay. So, take that. Right. All right. All right. So here we go. This is how it ends. This is how it ends. My beanied friend. All right. How does it end? This is 40 minutes. There's no fucking way we're watching this whole
There is
shit.
a great deal of these prominent personalities.
There is a great deal of these prominent personalities
that I would specifically single out as part of the conservative movement who don't believe a thing they say. They get paid to say it.
Dun. Sorry, that's my. Yeah, you're one of them, you tenant media prick. You were paid by the Russians.
We saw this when a bunch of conservatives started promoting buying soda on welfare. Conservatives advocating for welfare to buy Coca-Cola, that makes no sense. They got paid to do it. Started advocating for...
Sorry, I guess I wasn't at that TPUSA meeting. There were a bunch of conservatives that were lobbying for Snap to be able to sell soda, or people to be able to buy soda with Snap is the theory, because they were bought by Big Soda.
Or India.
Why? Oh, why is it in black and white? Oh, because this is before the interview, they're trying to show us the really impressive parts. Now, I know that doesn't seem like it because this is just as dull and stupid as everything else he says. And it's not like a supercut of like, hey, stay tuned for more of this. But that's what it is. Yeah. So they do this a bunch.
America first. Pull the foreign trade, all of a sudden now advocating for India as a great, they got paid to do it. And more recently, when I rejected money to promote the film Animal Farm by Angel Studios, which is it's an anti-capitalist retelling of the story, which makes no sense, and tons of right-wing individuals.
Sorry, an anti-capitalist retelling of Animal Farm? Animal Farm is, it's anti-monarch and anti-industrialist, but that's basically what it is. What the shit?
Promoted.
Oh, the Academic Sanity Consortium is ASC. Oh, Tim. At the Chicago Thinker gathering. The fuck? I'm from Chicago. I'm a thinker. How about this? How about you give me a chocolate donut with some of those sprinkles on it and a cup of coffee while you're thinking, Tim?
Promoted the film because they got paid to do it.
Well, Tim, thanks for being here. We're very excited to have you. Welcome.
Yes, and the thing we're most proud of course, is the reflective floors, ceilings, glass, and stands around us so that the sound is as shitty as possible, even though we're wearing lavaliers.
Welcome back to Chicago.
2 lavaliers, I might add. He's got one here and one here.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're happy to be here in the city. How was your trip been?
Great. I just got Portillo's.
Great. Is that a mainstay for you?
Of course. If you live in the city, you know it. I mean, there's smaller places that everybody knows about, and my boy Brandon right here, we're both from here, and we were talking about going to Nicky's on Archer in Austin, but it's hard to get down to the Midway area where we're from and then come down here, so we settled with Portillo's, and Kellen, our producers, he's from DC, he's never had it, so we were like, we have to go.
You have to.
Have to do it.
How about deep?
Sorry. You're talking about walking around Chicago and going to a bunch of restaurants. Aren't you worried about being killed and raped and robbed? Not necessarily in that order.
Dish pizza.
That's tourist pizza. Everybody knows it.
Okay.
Everybody knows it. You gotta get a Chicago Tavern pizza, square cut. I like Jardinera on mine.
Great. Well, once again, thanks for being here. This event, the American Identity Summit, it's our 2nd edition, and really we want to answer some fundamental precepts, meaning primarily what are the fundamental tenets of the American identity? How are they changing over time? Obviously, we're at the 250th anniversary of the country this year. There's been vast changes on all fronts, and so how are those changing? And then what is...
Yeah, that whole getting rid of slavery thing. Are you pro or con?
What does that mean for the next 250 years?
How about women voting? Also, obviously you're for child labor. There's a baby running the camera
of our country. So all these panels, we've had a diverse array of subject matter that we've discussed, from foreign policy to economics to AI and crypto, to just legal theory. All kinds of subject matter. And so we are really glad to have you. I want to talk a little bit about some of the experiences that you've had, because you've been all over and you've done some really interesting
stupid things
that I think most people haven't had the chance to do. So I want to use those as windows into your view on the American identity and the fundamental.
Also, are they, is this just another projection thing? Are they going to eat that baby at some point? Am I going to have to cut away?
Concepts that our country holds dear. So I'd like to really look at one of your first bigger initiatives, which was going to cover the Occupy Wall Street protests, just very early on in your career. And
yes, something he would not do at all now because it has some sort of anti-capitalist kind of bent on it or whatever. You know, it's
that really touches on the notion of wealth inequality, which is different in the United States. It's treated differently than in other countries. I think the capitalist system that we've had has promoted human flourishing. Maybe capitalism's not my religion, but I think it's probably the best system that we can.
It's not a system. It's a descriptive for an economic ideology, but it's not indicative of actually how anything works, dummy. And unless you're attaching some sort of word on the beginning of it, like resource capitalism, which I would argue is bad, versus market capitalism, which I would argue is good, because people get to own the value of their own labor and trade for that.
That we can conceive of. The way I see it is wealth inequality is something that people have been frustrated about to some extent, but the standard of living in this country has been heading up steadily for.
All right, I don't need to listen to anything. This is going to be so fucking dull. Does he ever answer a question? All right, let's get there.
And there was this surface level, the powerful elites, they're getting bailouts. But at the heart of it was an activist class that was not so much interested in wealth inequality, but of attaining wealth for themselves. And I'm not trying to say something as so naive as like everybody's trying to get rich. No, these were activists who explicitly stated they wanted to flip the pyramid over. And to the average person.
So Occupy Wall Street was a bunch of people who just wanted to seize other people's wealth, is what the point he's trying to make.
When they would say that.
Somebody wrote, P.B. Lou said capitalism sucks. No, it doesn't. It's not actually a thing. Capitalism is a fabricated pejorative. We don't live in a capitalist system. We don't live in a socialist system. We live in a mixed economy. That's it. Like, if you want to look into mixed economic theory, the greatest treatise on it is, of course, on my Substack, because the actual economic system that does work is called Sparksism. I'm working on the Sparksist Manifesto. I think I should call it the Megafesto, though. The Sparksist Megafesto, as a book on how economics actually work. But capitalism is a pejorative term for market economics that socialists in South America came up with. It's not indicative of anything. And so when a dipshit like that is, I like me some capitalism, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Say that they imagine a world in which the working class is above. The only thing is, if you think logically about what happens to a pyramid when you flip it over, is that it crumbles into a pile of rubble, reshaping a more crude pyramid with still a few at the top and many on the bottom. So,
well, obviously they're talking about metaphorically flipping a pyramid as opposed to strategically and from an engineering standpoint. You dipshit. Occupy Wall Street turned into Woodstock 2 real quick. Yes, it did. It got pretty fucking dark, as did the Chop and the Chaz. I mean, another great example of the folks that were like, we're going to run our own system. They ended up killing 2 black kids and hiding the evidence so none of them would get busted. Go look that shit up. What would be the natural order of, the natural progeny of the Occupy Wall Street folks that started running the Seattle Chaz during 2020. Those fuckers shot 2 black kids who were in their area and then basically pulled the bodies out of the car and started stripping the car so there'd be no evidence of who shot them and when. And that was like within 2 days, the place fell apart because everybody was running for the hills. So And by the way, Patrick, thank you so much for congratulations on the 90K. Bless your heart. We're getting there. Hit the like, share the show. We got to hit 100K. And a high-tech how do you do from JD Christie. Thank you. We covered plenty of AI in this regard. And Carolyn noticed in the Trump video that there isn't a bruise on his hand. Yeah, very telling. Because if you put makeup over something, it won't go, oh, there's makeup over that bruise. We'll make it look like that. It just will correct for it. Excellent point. And from Seven Dust Gloop Glop Glug. There you go. Thanks, Seven Dust. Appreciate it. All right, so he's basically just going to say that Occupy Wall Street people were full of shit. We know you were one of them. All right, so the next part of this is, and this is okay. There was a. I guess, what's his name? Tucker flipped the argument on Mr. Wonderful, this Kevin O'Leary thing. We saw some of this before, but now they're cranking out clips of it so we don't have to watch the whole fucking thing or look at little chopped out pieces on Shitter to find them. This is an extraordinary moment where I guess we call it a meeting of the lack of minds.
I've never seen a controversy like this. I've never seen attacks like this. I know you have, but I haven't experienced it. And I'm hiring.
Well, I mean, if you take money from taxpayers, you should expect them to weigh in too and take their complaints seriously and not just dismiss them as agents of China.
And you're right, but this has been going on. Incentives, state by state, in every sector happen, even real estate.
Not incentives. It's a forced transfer of wealth from taxpayers to people who are richer than taxpayers.
All right, I don't know why they're cutting this the way they are. Fuck you, Tucker Carlson, and everybody who works for him. That you're basically shaving off the beginning of whatever the setup was for this whole premise, so that Tucker can look like he's dunking on this dipshit, which should be fairly easy.
Than taxpayers, so like.
No, they're not.
Of course, they have.
You get a tax break to create 2,000 jobs, and the taxpayer wouldn't do it if it wasn't the long-term outcome.
The taxpayer has no choice. The taxpayer has no
choice. They could say no. That's not what happened.
Well, they tried to say no to this data center, and they got laughed at. And then the governor, Spencer Cox of Utah,
who was there because they voted him in. Elections have consequences. Don't vote Republican because this is what they'll do.
Who really is a kind of living symbol of our ruling class, said that the state has an obligation to do this, and basically, as you are doing, waved away concerns as like foreign propaganda, when I think they're probably non-crazy people who live in Utah are like, why is this good for me? Why should I pay for this?
That's fair. It's fair. All this is fair. How about we forget the data center and just talk about the power for a second? Because there aren't going to be any data centers in America unless we build power generation. Do you have the same visceral reaction to power generation as you do to data centers?
Inversely, I think we need more electricity in the United States. And I think
that's what I'm talking about.
Speaking of agents of China, in fact, if you're looking for agents of China, it's the people who told you that you could live without fossil fuels, that babies wouldn't die without fossil fuels. Babies will die without fossil fuels.
Holy shit. Okay. Nobody's saying babies won't die without fossil fuels. What those of us who are saying that you can't cut off petroleum right away because you'll kill a billion people in a year, you're seeing the kind of starvation effects of what's going on in the Strait of Hormuz. If you did it to everything all over once, all the people that are kept alive because diesel brings their food to them would all perish. That's the thing. But in the United States, where he's talking about actual consumers, like it's a first world country, converting all of our cars to electric and moving our system to renewables does not deny the rest of the world the use of petroleum in developed countries. As a matter of fact, it just removes one of the primary pollution points on the planet. And we don't have to do it. If they have to do it, they could keep doing it. But if we can stop doing it, and the technology we use to stop doing it, we can also give or sell to them to stop doing it, the world would be a better place, you asshole.
Civilization will collapse without fossil fuel. And
yeah, again, no, it won't. At one point, we're going to be out of fossil fuels, shithead. We're going to use something else. The civilization will not collapse. As a matter of fact, it will grow. It will mature. It will be better. It will be healthier. It will be safer for everybody. What he means is if you rug pull everybody in the third world away from petroleum, that'll happen. That's not the same thing as people in the United States converting to renewables, which we absolutely could do for the betterment of everybody here, not the least of which 100,000 kids who go to the hospital every year with pollution-related asthma.
And that right there is the foreign op telling us that, people are causing global climate change. People are not causing global climate change.
Fuck this asshole. Yes, we are. It's just worldwide.
Substantially. We're having global climate change as we always have. But to blame it on natural gas is just a flat out lie, and a lot of rich Americans fell for that. So no, I'm strongly for energy. I'm just very concerned about replacing people, their purpose for living, which is to create, with machines. That seems like hell to me, literally.
Okay, fuck you. You're not worried about people creating. The job in an auto plant or someplace like that is not a job of creation. It's a job of assembly. It's manual labor. It's physical labor. And the reason he doesn't like this part being for cat. Yeah, that's what it was. The reason he thinks this way is because if AI automates everything, what are all the stupid people going to do for work? And they're all going to come storm up my hill and steal all my shit that I was born into.
Literally hell. So I think it's fair to ask, like, how is this not hell? And no one has been able to answer it.
All right. Again, a data center is not an automated factory. Your concern should be more in that direction. The other thing is you can't build superstructures anymore without robots of some sort, either an addendum to human beings or replacing them entirely. And unless, like this asshole and some of his friends, you want to bring back slavery. If we're not going to bring back slavery and we're not comfortable with people working in other countries for $2 a fucking week, then automation is how we're going to handle our economic creativity in the future at some point. 10 years, 15 years, 30 years, 50 years, 100 years, it doesn't fucking matter. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. The amount of time it takes in the transition is what people are concerned about. This is so fucking stupid. And he doesn't care. Let's be abundantly clear. This asshole does not care. He only cares about like manual labor jobs, which he thinks are going to go away because again, what are idiots going to do? They're going to get mad at me for being rich and then they're going to come up the hill and steal my truck.
Yeah, I think trying to stop advancement of technology with the uncertainty it brings has always been a dilemma in capitalism and in America. And it's a fair comment.
But how is this capitalism? If taxpayers are paying for some of it, how is that capitalism? That seems...
I think that's...
Because the public can capitalize things. The fucking freeways in our country are not socialism. They're a capitalist structure. The American public said, we need this. Everybody bought in, and we taxed people to pay for it. We capitalized the thing. That's why this fucking capitalism argument is even fucking stupid in this. What does that mean? You've got the money to put into something? What you mean is industrial capitalism or resource capitalism, crony capitalism or oligarchical systems. That's the bad shit. And if you're not going to make the fucking distinction, you're just a liar, which both of these idiots are.
That's no different than building an apartment building downtown in Austin. You can get incentives for that too, and that's just part of how it works. You can debate
How is that capitalism? How is that free market? If politicians...
It's not free market. Again, look at the jump. It's not free market. We have a mixed system. We recognize that there are some things that help the country and will better our lives, and we should have them, like an army in some cases, right? And we as the public capitalize those things with our taxes, or we hire people to have jobs in government and they borrow the money to do it, or they create a system where they borrow and pay it back because we need that expenditure. World War II, get on it. Anyways, so you've got that version of it. And then there's shit that is nobody's fucking business. Only some people want it. And there's not a public buy-in. So those things, you stand on your own. Apartments and home structures in the country are in that gray zone, what I call the economic DMZ, the area where Congress and the public and taxpayers and city councils have a part to play in the management of the existence of those things, unlike the furniture you have in your fucking house, which is nobody's goddamn business. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Because both of these assholes are just talking shit. This is so annoying.
Politicians are handing you other people's money to do it.
They're not handing you other people's money. And by the way, you have the right to vote. You can pick your leaders. We have representative. He is insisting that there is taxation without representation. We have it. We don't use it. And a bunch of people sat out elections or go, it doesn't matter because my voice isn't being heard or whatever. Every vote you don't make is a vote that you give to the other side. So you have voted. Everybody in this country votes. Too many of them vote with their fucking feet.
How is that capitalism?
Well, capitalism is built into the Constitution, which I think was genius because it couldn't have even thought that far ahead, was the idea of competition between states. Why is there an exodus out of New York City to Miami, where I live? Why are people?
Because old New Yorkers have always moved, and the demographic of the country is aging in such a way that, oh, shit. Check the demographics tables, you dickhead.
People leaving New Jersey and Massachusetts and moving into my building. Nobody in my building is from Florida. They're all from other states.
I understand.
And all of these people moving, why? Because they're reaching retirement age, and the
right. And that's what you do when you live in New York and reach retirement age, is you move to fucking God's waiting room. Which, when the fuck did you think this started recently?
The environment in these other states is not conducive to their lifestyle when they're
But
being
I think
taxed.
you're making my point for me. You just listed states that use a higher percentage of taxpayer dollars for private industry, and people are leaving those states. Illinois.
Wait a second. New
California, New York.
New York is an inefficiently run.
It may be inefficient, but the principle that politicians can take the.
Tucker wants to make the case that they're fleeing Mamdani, and he's making the case that this is just capital gains tax bullshit for the state.
Public's money and hand it to their friends in business. That's a long-standing practice in New York, California, and Illinois, and relatively.
Sorry, it's how all the fucking red states survive. The federal government takes money from the blue states, which have more money than they give more in taxes than they get back. And they give it to the red states, which take more in taxes than they give back. Where the fuck do you think that balance comes from? Debt and the blue states. Don't get me fucking started on all the red states that live off the tit of New York and Illinois and California.
Relatively uncommon in Florida. So people are moving to the free market state.
Florida is not a free market state. We don't have any free market states, you silly shit.
But you're now saying that actually the beauty of capitalism is that.
Sorry, Neon says, Hal's got a strange take on public roads. No, I do not. No, I don't. Public roads are an effect of democratic taxation. Kings, dictators. There are roads in North Korea. You just don't have a choice and a say in where they're built and with what. We do. That's democratic taxation. That's not socialism. It's not socialism when fucking Russia built roads during the USSR or builds them now. It's not socialism when North Korea builds them or when China builds them. It's not communism when they build them. They're necessary for the commons. There is a broad swath of the commons that we as taxpayers are either forced, cajoled, or voluntarily pay for. And in the United States, we have a say. Roads have always been built. The question was, do you have a choice in where they go, how far they go, and how much they cost, and an ability to check the books? When kings do it, you don't. When a royal family or dictators or a potentate does it, you don't. That doesn't make the process of roads fascist or capitalist or communist or socialist. That's not how it works. The system by which you do them is the thing that's indicative of your system, not the existence of the roads themselves. I'm happy to pay taxes for infrastructure, is what Pitch Girl says. And that's exactly right. That's why Biden worked to pass an infrastructure act. And the way you do that, you go to the House and the people that are represented by the people in the House and the Senate have to answer to their constituents, and they got to buy into this. Yes, we need our roads and bridges to work, and because they work for everybody. That's what it's for. It should go back to the states. No, it should not, because you have to be able to drive a truck from the, because we're a fucking country, the United States of America. The country matters. If you don't think so, then just say so. But maggots always have this weird thing about like states' rights, which is like, well, then you just hate the United States of America, period. But this whole, like, you got to be able to drive from one end of the country to the other. And if you're going to build a highway system with federal dollars, you can't just go, well, Missouri just decided we're going to do gravel. So every truck that goes through there, every car that goes through there, bringing goods and services across the country or between states, now does more damage driving through that fucking state. Now they got to drive around because there's no standard for that particular state or ruin their axle. It's silly. This is really weird.
Politicians hand other people's money to their friends? That doesn't...
No.
All right, that's Donald Trump and this fucking reflecting pool shit. It's called corruption, and you don't seem to mind when it's your dude. And you also seem to think all of a sudden, this is the other thing about maggots like Tucker Carlson that bother me, is that when Biden does it, it's Biden does it. When Harris does it, it's Harris does it. When Clinton does it, it's Clinton does it. Whenever they got to complain about something that gets paid for that they don't like, it's that person. Biden is particularly evil in this situation. Trump does it. Suddenly, it's the federal government does this. The government, when it's George W. Bush, the government does all these things. The government takes your money for these kind of things. It's not Bush. It's not Trump. It's the government in general. It's the deep state that's doing it. When Obama's in, fucking Obama is doing this by himself. Somebody said, how money equals slavery. It by no means equals slavery, and that's offensive, I would say, to people who are slaves currently on the planet and who were. Money is just a standard of trade. It's just easier than $5, $10 in your pocket is easier than carrying a sandwich and a Coke everywhere you go in case you might be hungry. It's representative.
That's the opposite of capitalism.
I'm saying that that is incorrect.
By the way, both of these assholes don't know what they're talking about economically at all. He's just rich and he was born rich. Both of them have had a leg up that nobody else has. And so they think that makes them smarter about this issue. And they just aren't.
I didn't say that. I said what makes capitalism work is competition. And it does work. And it has worked for hundreds of years. And so the concept, you may not like the policy of giving incentives for manufacturers and real estate. You may not like it, and I understand you don't. But you don't have to do it. A state can stop doing it. And then for a while, maybe, they'll be less competitive in terms of getting new projects. I didn't make those rules up. I'm a football player on the field of capitalism. I have to play by the rules.
I get it. No, I get it. And I'm not attacking you for it. I'm just...
Yes, he is. By the way, he's absolutely attacking him for it. Again, both of these fuckers just lie. Just fucking admit you're rich and you will never have to get a real goddamn job in your whole fucking life. And you're talking about the manipulations of the margins. He's doing it so that he can manipulate the viewership of his fucking channel to keep the money rolling in that he doesn't need. And he's doing it to manipulate, I guess, the Utah electorate into giving him tax breaks for this thing. Fuck off. Both of these assholes are whining from the warm side of a bay window. So taking their argument seriously is fucking painful.
Just wondering, again, occasionally it's worth pausing and asking, are we doing the right thing, even if we've been doing it the same way for a long time? I'll ask just one final question, I'll stop torturing you, but do you see how other people find it unfair that one of the richest people in America, you, in league with the biggest companies in America, Amazon, Microsoft, et cetera, the ones you listed, that the richest people in our society would be taking money from people much poorer than them? That seems very unfair.
Tucker, I'll speak for myself on this. I'm not motivated by money anymore. That is not what.
Right, because you've got more than you could ever spend in multiple lifetimes. Now it's just about power and the bragging rights of wearing a stupid fucking hat.
I get up and work 18 hours a day. I want to build something incredible. I want my legacy for my children to be something that they're honored by.
Right.
Well, a fucking AI data center isn't going to be it, dummy. These things are technological toilet paper. They got a lifespan of 5 years max. Jesus Christ, build apartment buildings then. Like all these apartments, my grandfather built these and took a minor profit on it, half of what the market would allow because he wanted to make sure that the people could afford to live, with rent that was manageable. Get the fuck out of here. I don't care about money anymore. Shut the
Right.
I want to compete against the Chinese. I don't like the Chinese government, in case anybody has noticed that over the last 5 years. I don't like how they treat their people. I don't like how they treat me in business. I simply don't like them. What's motivating me now with all of this.
Notice how I don't like how they treat me in my business. The slavery of the Uyghurs and the abuse of their own citizens. The Han Chinese racism and the elimination of other Chinese minorities in the country. They're like attempt to curb stomp Tibet. It's it's my business, that they don't like. Somebody was like, yeah, you don't care about it, so either. No, he doesn't.
Barrage, this fight.
Yeah, because they won't do business with him, or that he knows if he's going to move something over there, it won't. They're either going to own 51% of the delivery company that's going to work over there, or I don't even know what the fuck he makes at this point, where they would steal the tech or the IP stuff.
Firestorm, which I understand you've experienced in the past, is I want to beat them in AI. I don't want them controlling the most advanced models wherever that's.
They can't. They've got a glass ceiling on their models anyways, shithead. You can't train a model that won't say anything bad about the country that you're in and have it be the best. It's always going to be limited. It's silly.
That's taking us, because you bring up great points about the unknown and jobs and everything else. But I want to be part of the team that makes sure our way of life in North America remains the same for my children. I don't give a shit about money anymore. I don't need any more money. I've already been very successful. I'm very lucky, but I'm not finished. I'm very motivated to win. And if people want to compete with me, I want that. If they don't think my motivation is to beat the Chinese, they're wrong. I am going to beat them. I am going to show them these days.
All right, again, I can't turn this into an episode of Friday Eye all of a sudden, but the way that DeepSeek made a leap forward and scared everybody was that it was an AI model that was designed and run on a small data set, on a small data system. And the way these are all going, the way you want to beat the fucking Chinese at AI, it's not going to be with giant Manhattan-size data centers. It's going to be make them more efficient, make them use less energy, make them take up less space. That's the advancement, not, oh, fuck, we can just like expand this shit forever. Any kind of open land we got, let's just fill Death Valley with a giant data center. That'll beat them. Innovate your way out of it, shithead. I hate this. I get so aggravated. It's so dumb. You're not going to beat them by volume of land and power usage. They don't give a shit. What is it? 80% of the Chinese populace lives in the east part of the country. The rest of it's all open land, and they don't give a fuck what happens to it. So they can build data centers all over the place. They can build coal plants to run them. All they're gonna do is destroy their own environment, their own ability to make food. You don't follow them down that fucking hole. What you do is you take this technology and you shrink it down and make it manageable and useful at the same time. You don't go, well, they're killing their entire ecosystem. They're killing their entire water system and using all their energy for these, dipshit cyclical sales AIs to just burn through fucking AI slop videos. You refine the technology. You invest in the refining of the chips, the refining of the data centers, not the size. It's so dumb.
These data centers, they're going to be this shining example of how you do this sustainably, because
no, they're not.
I'm the only guy that is graduated out of environmental studies and builds data centers. No one else on earth has done that.
Do you think, I love the idea. I'm for America above all.
Okay. And again, I love how Tucker just backs slowly out of whatever position he had.
Do you think that Microsoft
reminds me of Clerks when they started talking about the Death Star? That's exactly what this is. This is two guys talking about something that might as well be fucking fiction.
And Amazon and Google will do a good job preserving the American way of life? Are they substantially superior morally to the Chinese government? Do you think that? Those are your tenets?
Yes, I do. And in fact, I deal with
Tell me how. Tell me how is Google?
I'll tell you why. I was talking with the guy yesterday.
I guess primarily because Google is optional. You don't have to use Google products if you don't want to. But if you live in China, you know, everybody's on ccp.com, if you know what I mean.
That does is doing the build outs all around the world for Google's data centers. They are on incredible sustainable mission. They are looking at every technology to reduce their need for traditional power sources. And, you know, we were talking about the
Tucker does not like this because this gets terribly close to caring about the climate or something. It's all this ESG shit.
In Utah. They have some very advanced thinking on the use of battery, wind, and solar. And so they want to do that. Why? Because their customers want that.
But wait a second. China leads the United States in battery, wind, and solar in development of those technologies.
That's it's a great story, but not in data centers. They don't. They're powering.
No, but hold on. Jumping around a little bit. Yeah. I'm just trying.
All right. You're jumping around on purpose.
Trying to ask, okay, so you say you want to preserve the American way of life. That's why you're building this. My question was, okay, well, your tenants are these big companies that are not really American companies. They're publicly traded companies that are owned by the sovereign wealth funds of tons of countries around the world. In what sense are they American companies? In what sense do they have American values? Was my
question. They operate under the laws and are headquartered in the United States of America under the regulations. The only reason that Google can raise as much capital as it does from the sovereign wealth. Now you're coming into my space. I'm an indexer for sovereign wealth. The only reason 52 cents of every dollar comes to America is the transparency of our laws and the appellate system and our banking system and the regulator.
Right.
And so that's
like, why are you asking a question you already know the answer to, shithead?
Why you find the largest tech companies on earth housed in America, because the regulatory environment and the actual regulatory environment in the context of the globe is the most advanced on earth. So you may hate the SEC, you may not like regulations, but in fact, it gives an infrastructure where most capital comes here. That's
right. That's why all of Trump's thing about getting rid of regulations is a fucking lie.
What happens? Because the outcomes, why does France have no Microsoft? Why does Germany not have one? What happened to, the European countries? They and Britain, they don't have any of this tech because they regulated it out of their society. We don't want to change that. We want the innovation here, not the regulation necessarily. But
I strongly agree, except to the extent the regulation protects the public.
It's a balance. That's why we trust the government a lot.
And look at that. Both of these dickheads eventually found their way around to the reality of Sparksism, that we live in a mixed economy and there are some works that are too big for the public to handle without coming together, and you need buy-in from everybody to do it. That's democratic taxation. And some things are so small and specific to a market or specific to a certain consumer that you would never expect the public to have to fund it in any way. Those are very distinct categories of things that are bought and sold and created in a country or in the world. And then in the middle, there's a gray zone I call the economic DMZ, which is stuff that has enough value to the public but is privately built, and you've got to decide how much funding from the public is there to give it a tax break, whether it benefits. Sports stadiums, roads are the best example, rural broadband, shit like that, right? Like, we recognize that there's an area where some of it should be done on completely the public's dime, so it's available to everywhere, and some of it should be done through contractors because they can do it more efficiently, and it's a short-term job. Instead of creating an industry just for building it within the government where you have to fire everybody, there are industries that already exist. Bring those people in, hire them, they do it, and then they move on. This is how an actual economy works. It's not how it has nothing to do. I don't give a shit whether you're a free market capitalist, which is a farce, or you're a straight up communist. I got news for you. Neither of those systems survive. They always eat themselves. Always. They will always destroy themselves. A mixed economy is the only thing that works. And I would argue a mixed economy with a democracy is the healthiest way to do it. You're welcome. This is Kevin O'Leary, who's on Shark Tank, and that's Dweeb Alex Jones. If you don't know, if you're asking who I am, fucking Google it, baby. All right. I'm Hal Sparks, and this is the greatest live stream in the history of live streams. Hit the like, share the show. Super chats are a great way to support the show. A 666 super chat of any denomination helps us in our quest to buy 666 Fifth Avenue. And you can always become a Patreon, patreon.com/HalSparks. Sevenda says, Bernie Sanders has never been bought. Bravery is real. Bernie Sanders, bless his heart, and I like the guy, is to the right of Hillary Clinton on guns. He's probably to the right of most of my audience on guns, on gun rights and gun ownership and registration stuff. Now, why is that? Because when he was deciding to run for senator, he was running for mayor, I think, initially in Vermont. It's a very rural / gun friendly state. And so he had to change his position or he would never get elected. You would never even know Bernie Sanders, the senator you like, if he had not compromised on his beliefs about guns to get elected in Vermont. Bravery has nothing to do with it. He would have never been able to do any of the things you like if he'd have held to that belief as a representative of a state that would have told him to go fuck himself. Just for the record. So again, maybe the structure of bravery in politics is built on small cowardice. Or maybe he was just a realist because as in a representative government, you got to represent the constituents you have, not the constituents you want. Does that make sense? Yeah, Vermonters know. Bernie remembers when homesteaders were moving west of the Mississippi River. Look, we don't have to be ageist about this. You want to talk about young people? Like, young people are going to save us. We need the young people. You mean like Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes? Get fucked. You want sensible people. I don't care what age they are, as long as they're mature enough to make decisions about planting trees they may not live long enough to sit under the shade of. Yep. Kevin O'Leary also portrayed Gwyneth Paltrow's asshole husband in the Oscar-nominated Marty Supreme. Yes, which, I don't know why that was Oscar-nominated. That's very strange. Don't get me started. All right. So anyways, back to these dickheads.
People don't like them. We say, look, at the end of the day, the great example that we could use that you both know, I don't think crypto is going to work until they pass the bill about crypto. They got to finish this Infrastructure Act so that finally crypto can find its place inside of the 11 sectors of our economy. No one's going to, I'm not investing in crypto until they get that friggin' thing through the house.
May I ask, okay, so
they're not going to, because it would subvert the dollar, you dumb son of a bitch. Also, crypto is only good for one thing: trading guns, human beings, and drugs. That's the only thing it's for. That is all crypto is for, is buying shit on the dark web. That's what anybody who wants crypto, that's what they mean. They want, and this is why the fucking mega church pastors, so they can pay for hookers. Like Adderall sniffing fucking tech bros, so they can buy drugs from Mexico, pharmaceuticals without it blowing back on them. That's what they want. And in the case of like, the investor class in the United States, they want a way to hide who's giving money for stuff inside the United States. That's it. But the whole purpose of that money, and bribes is the other one, Joe Bloom. Absolutely. When it comes to Trump, like it's a great way to bribe a politician.
So just to your
but you can't use it for anything. It's a transfer mechanism. You turn it into another currency, either back into US dollars or into some foreign currency if you're buying some particular thing.
Second point about the American dream, there was opportunity, I think, the ability to be judged on your actions, on your behavior, on your character, to be treated equally. And there was also freedom. And so I think many people have deep concerns about AI's effect on freedom. And you said yourself, the purpose of AI is in part surveillance.
All right. Apparently, he's not going to let him answer that. The concept of the purpose of AI is in and of itself surveillance is the current boogeyman. We'll deal with that as they break out on that part eventually. But chat room, I sorry if I got carried away doing that particular one, but I got a little fired up, as you might imagine, because it's just fucking embarrassing. It's so lazy and lame. This concept, and I gotta say, like, that this technology is a thing, and that the people running it don't matter. That's the other thing. That it doesn't matter who you elect. There's an elite that runs things, so fuck it anyways, which is basically a way of saying stay home and let other people decide who's in office. And both of these assholes would rather you follow Paul Weyrich's belief system. And by the way, you want to see the essence of republicanism for the last, 65 years. It's this guy. In case you haven't seen this in a while, this is the essence in so many ways of how Republicans feel about, okay, there we go, about voting, okay? Democrats want people to vote. That's it. Like, you can argue all you want about what they want to do on behalf of the voters and all that kind of stuff and whether somebody lives up to their promises. That's not the point. We want everybody to vote. Specifically, this guy was speaking at an event in Dallas. Ronald Reagan was there in the fall of 1980. He showed up around the election where he would take office. By the way, at the same time that he and George H.W. Bush were negotiating with the Iranians to keep our hostages so that until after the election, so we'll cut you a better deal and we'll get you some weapons if you hang on to them. So everybody blames Carter.
Now, many of our Christians have what I call the goo-goo syndrome. Good government. They want everybody to vote. I don't want everybody to vote. Elections are not won by a majority of people. They never have been from the beginning of our country, and they are not now. As a matter of fact, our leverage in the elections, quite candidly, goes up as the voting populace goes down.
Yeah, there you go. Falwell and Reagan were both at this gathering. He started the Heritage Foundation. The Heritage Foundation is who picks all of Trump's judges. They send him the list that, Amy Coney Barrett and Brett Kavanaugh, right? That's where it came from. They come from the Heritage Foundation, which, like, Weyrich co-founded. And their whole goal has been the supreme executive. The president has power over everyone else. so that even if the House and the Congress shifts locally, they can have control over the federal elections of the president, and he can override anything they want to do. This, how Trump is acting in this circumstance, is not a surprise to anybody from the Heritage Foundation or from the like any of the architects of Project 2025. That's the point. Trump is not special. He's an average, run-of-the-mill, loudmouth version of a Republican. His tax bill was always on Mitch McConnell's desk. He was the guy who could sucker the MAGA tree into being for it. That was the only difference. His special skill in this was being able to bullshit people, that they finally bought it. They didn't buy it when other people said it. They knew it would be the destruction of the dollar. It would be the destruction of the country. It was anti-constitutional. And the George W. Bushes and H.W. Bushes, as full of shit as they were, and Ronald Reagan, they couldn't bring themselves to lie that specifically. Even Reagan's biggest lie, which I would argue was around Iran-Contra, was, I don't recall. But Trump's specific ability in this circumstance is just to get a wish list of PNAC and Republican shit through, finally, after they've been waiting for a long time, to be able to be the one that finally flicked the domino. Oh my God, there's so much stuff. And, shall we needle drop into this shit? Okay, this is Trump participating in, is he falling asleep on his feet? Probably. There you go. So so the Trump RX thing has been a turd. This is he's doing an affordability event. This should be good. All right. I thought this is from the White House. The title of this, President Trump participates in a healthcare affordability event, May 18, 2026. That would be today. I thought affordability was a hoax. I thought nobody uses that word anymore. Right? So this is TrumpRx.gov, which, by the way, just sells the name brand pharmaceutical. The business model behind TrumpRx.gov is the U.S. pre-buying a bunch of drugs from the drug companies and charging and basically giving a coupon. Wow, this is super exciting.
Well, thank you very much. It's great to be here on this very beautiful day. A lot of very positive things happening. Less than
yeah, none of them have to do with Iran, obviously.
4 months ago, I stood before you to announce the launch of the Trump RX.
He's doing the speech breakdown. I haven't looked at this at least once. There's also one word at a time in the teleprompter again.
.gov, a brand new website.
It's really hard to say .gov, isn't it? Did I land that? Did I nail it? TrumpRx.gov. Oh, shit.
Site featuring the largest discounts on prescription drugs in the history of our country.
Bullshit. Not even close. No, it's not true. I think he means government website because we never had a site like this at .gov. But GoodRx clearly has cheaper prices because they give you generics.
History, frankly, of any country.
No.
And for decades, Americans.
Not even close. Sorry, so we already have favored nations? We're paying $20 there's not a drug on Trump RX that's more than $20? Get the fuck out of here.
Paid the highest drug prices anywhere in the world by far. But under the most favored nation agreements I negotiated, we now pay the lowest price paid for anybody in any country. We went from the highest to the lowest, and I think.
No, we didn't. The idea was that we even met them at a lower point, and they had to accept those drugs into their country. A bunch of these drugs, the negotiation was let our pharmaceutical companies use their drugs in your country. There is no price for it.
I think outside of maybe.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I should have done this. I beg your pardon, everybody. Yeah. In case you're just joining us, Trump's nunt is the thing of nightmares. Viewers are advised to have a barf bag handy. Viewer discretion is advised. All right, here we go.
Maybe a cure itself. It's the biggest thing to happen to healthcare and
sorry, TrumpRx.gov may be a cure itself.
think outside of maybe a cure itself, it's the
outside of a cure itself,
lowest
it's the best
price paid for anybody in any country. We went from the highest to the lowest, and I think outside of maybe a cure itself, it's the biggest thing to happen to healthcare and everything.
Yes, a cure for healthcare.
Having to do with medical in any
yes, having to do with medical
any way, shape, or form. There's never been anything like this. We think of it. We went from the most expensive to the least expensive.
No, we didn't.
So we've slashed the price of dozens of commonly used prescription drugs by differences of 400, 500, and even 600%.
Nope.
In my first term, I got it down 1/8 of 1%. It's the first time.
He just blown off the whole 60, 70% thing entirely now.
In 28 years, it went down 1/8 of 1, and now we're talking about 4, 5, and 6, and even 700%, including for weight loss drugs, fertility treatments, insulin, and much, much more.
Okay, Biden got the insulin stuff down, and the weight loss stuff, it's all a farce. I don't even know why we're fucking bothering, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Where's my other browser? There it is. Hold on one second. I'm going to show you the site. One second. There you go. There you go. Let's see. This is the... This is the Trump RX site. Trump RX, the real price. Save for America. And by the way, these are all, if you'll notice, comparison, Gonal-F, 450 IUs per pen, 1450 in the US, 310 global reference. Okay. Thanks, President Trump. Days of big pharma gouging. There's America is gold now. It is now 252 a pen and 355 in Canada. So we're 83% off of 100% or whatever. This is also at the information. Right? Gonal-F is a commonly prescribed fertility medication. Yeah, we've seen this. Whatever. We're subsidizing it. We purchased it. You buy it for that, but the federal government pays the rest, pays all of it, right? Okay. If you don't use it, your tax dollars still pay them. Okay, so there's the Wegovy, $149 a month instead of $13.49 a month. Wegovy Pen is $199, Ozempic $199, Zepbound $299 a month. Okay, great. I don't know why it says lowest presidential deal and original price. It's maybe my web page is too small. I'm zoomed in too much. There you go. Yeah. So all right. Now let's look at real quick. Whoops, good or X. I think it's .com. Yeah, there you go. Okay. What was one of them? Let's go with Ozempic. Yeah. Let's check this Ozempic. The greatest deal in the history of deals without everything is fantastic. There you go. No thanks. There we go. Poink. Here we go. We could do a comparison between where you can buy it. Okay, so here you go. Ozempic. There's Trump special offer, price without insurance, $149 right there for Ozempic. Look at that. There, look where it is with Albertsons. What do you know? Hey, Costco, it's $149. Hey, Sam's Club, it's $149. Hey, Smith's, it's $149. You can get it at fucking Target for $149. On GoodRx, you can buy it from any of these places. If you belong to one of their buyer club things or whatever, you can get more off of it, I guess, in theory. Commercial insurance paid is $25 per month. Yeah, so if you have insurance, it pays for this or whatever. Same thing of all of these. There's where's the Sam Club? Albertsons. Let's look at this guy right here. Does it open there? Oh yeah, that's the same thing. So Albertsons, same offer as Trump RX. As a matter of fact, wait, I take it back. Wegovy, the pill is $149 a month. Ozempic on Trump RX is more expensive, but they've got a deal if you buy it on Good RX, it shaves $50 off. If you buy semaglutide on Good RX, you save $50 more than if you bought it on Trump RX. Motherfucker. It's just... And it's not even hard to look up, like, why bother lying like this? Also, by the way, don't even get me started on things that are generic. Like, none of the generics are available on Trump RX.
At launch in February, TrumpRx.gov has already been visited more than 10 million times and has saved American consumers over
oh, God. Are you sure there's not a prescription you need, sir?
$400 million already, and it's really the hottest thing in medicine.
No, it's not.
It's been amazing.
It has not been amazing. It is not the hottest thing in medicine by any stretch of the imagination.
Dr. Oz, how's it doing? Bobby was there. He said, nobody's ever seen anything like this. So it's...
Yeah, they all look very healthy, especially, hot dog skin over here.
Right. People are saving a lot of money. Over the next 10 years, the Council of Economic Advisors estimate...
What are you guys... They're all staring at his teleprompter, making sure he sticks to it. You notice nobody nodded? Like, absolutely, Mr. President, for sure.
Estimates that our most favored nation drug policies will save Americans over $500 billion. And this has been the greatest breakthrough in lowering healthcare costs in modern history. But we're just sort of getting started, actually, because we have a lot more to come. So today I'm thrilled to announce that we're increasing the number of drugs available on Trump RX by nearly 7 times, adding over 600 affordable generics to the website, working with...
There we go. All right, let's see what some generics are. Let's go to Trump RX. Where's our... Because you can, right? Because that ship has already sailed. Where the fuck is it? Like, browse medications. There we go. Look at this. All right, so here's... let's see. Standard prices, presidential deals. Oh my God. Best deals recently added. Here you go. These are the newest ones. They're adding a bunch. All right, let's see what he says about how much they're adding.
With industry partners, cost-effective generic drugs are often available at just a tiny fraction of the price of their brand name.
Yeah, that they're all over GoodRx and all the pharmaceutical sites. Target sells them.
Equivalents, and in theory, they're the same thing. Sometimes they're better.
No, they're not. They're the same thing. They're just the same. They're not better, except for the price. You dumb motherfucker. What are you talking about? Generic acetylsalicylic acid. Generic, so it makes good financial sense. Good advice. And aspirin are the same. You don't want, what do you mean? All right.
With the same dosage, the same effectiveness, and the same active ingredients, yet many consumers do not think to ask for them. They don't know about them.
Yes, they do. Especially if they're on these things for a long time, you dumb son of a bitch.
By incorporating this massive catalog of low-cost generics at TrumpRx.gov.
We get to basically switch the trend of the expense on the page to where it's actually more expensive on TrumpRx than it is on GoodRx because they carried some of the...
Consumers will now have one source to ensure that they're getting the lowest possible cost on their prescription. So they have a real option now. Today, they have something that they've never had before.
They have it everywhere. What are you talking about? Everywhere there's generics. You didn't invent generic drugs for Trump RX, you creep.
Had anything like this or even close. With these additions, Trump RX will feature the best and lowest prices on prescriptions used by tens of millions of Americans.
Right, because the taxpayer is pre-buying them. This is an even worse business model than fucking GoodRx, you dumbass.
Already. And in some cases, the discounted generics available through Trump RX may be offered at an even lower cash price than the out-of-pocket insurance cost, which has always been the lowest, but we're going to be lower. This means that the TrumpRx.gov should always be your first stop before you go to the pharmacy to pick up your prescription, and you'll certainly be checking on your pharmacy by doing.
Yeah, checking on your pharmacy. Yeah, you'll download a coupon that says basically the taxpayer will pick up a part of what you're doing. But that's not communism and socialism. That's just Trump deals. These are Trump making deals. So here we go. This is these are the newest ones that were added. Best deals on prescription drugs. Now, this says presidential deals versus the standard prices. So okay. So this would be the standard price ones are, okay, all the generics are just standard prices because this is how much a generic costs fucking everywhere. God damn it. This is so stupid. It's the same. It's the same as GoodRx. It's just the taxpayer is paying for this. What are you and oh God. Topical hydrocortisone starting at 210, whatever that means, all right? Hydrocortisone rectal, though, is 210. So let's go straight to that. You know, let's see. What form? Definitely a cream. I'm not doing... Is there another option? No, I don't think so. Hydrocortisone cream rectal. It's not a suppository. Unless it's got some sort of like a tool for injection or something like... Here, Sam, you're going to need one of these real quick. We're going to... Hold on. You basically attach the tube on the end of this one. Then what you want to do is you want to sit back and you want to take a deep breath and just run that right up your poot chute right there or whatever. And then with your other hand, you or a friend will squeeze the tube like one good solid oomph, you know, and then if the seal holds, you'll be fine. Okay, what strength? Obviously maximum. What size? 28 gallons. Lowest price is $210. Look at that. Have your doctor send your prescription to a mail order pharmacy below. Shipping is included at the final. Amazon Pharmacy, 1 to 4 day delivery, $210 with Prime, $620 without Prime. So this just sends you to fucking Amazon. All right, available for pickup. Compare prices near you. Prices may vary depending on what the pharmacy has in stock. Call to confirm the final price. Save by showing the coupon at the counter. Oh, God. What is happening? I'm going to get a Trump coupon for butt cream right there. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, with the anal eagle up there holding your Trump toilet paper, gold toilet paper ribbon, Group Maha. So that's your insurance group. Bin this, member ID, Trump R. Oh, God. Availability may vary. Call ahead. Add to your wallet. Print the coupon. I hate this. But the price is $18. It says from 210, which I guess means Amazon. But everywhere else, where they have it and they have to stock it, this is what the real price is. So that from 210, you guys see this? There's your, hold on. Get back on it a little bit. There you go. There's all the $22, $22.99, $24.36, $21.70. Okay, there you go. Or you can get it from, or you can get it from Amazon because that's what Trump RX is. It's a deal Trump made with Amazon. Effectively. Holy shit. This is just fucking embarrassing. The whole thing.
Doing this, and at a minimum, you'll know what you're supposed to be paying. I want to thank the leaders.
At a minimum, you'll know what you're supposed to be paying. Yeah, we saw it from $2.10, and then you go over and click on it, and it's $22. It's the laundromats.
Leaders of several major pharmacies and generic drug makers who are partnering with us on this effort, including the co-founder of Cost Plus Drugs, Mark Cuban. Mark, thank you very much. Mark, looking good, Mark. Come here, Mark. Nice to be with you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, they've already got this set up. It's just, you're just slapping your fucking name on it. It goes through GoodRx. That's his company. Which is fine, but don't pretend you made it.
We have the same thing, one thing in common. We want to make people better and keep them wealthy, right? Good. Good to be with you. Vice President of Amazon Pharmacy, Tanvi Patel. Thank you very much. And the President of RX Marketplace at Good RX, Aaron Crittenden. Aaron, thank you very much. Great job you're doing.
Guess which one's Patel? Anybody? Anybody? Sorry. That's amazing. And I don't know if those guys are particularly tall. That guy clearly is, but bless her heart.
With these companies as partners, we're all so getting and adding new tools.
We're all so getting
to take over websites which will connect patients with the lowest price pharmacy right in their own neighborhood.
Oh, fuck you, dude. That's what GoodRx does already. The only difference is this costs the taxpayer. That's what it does. If you have insurance, it's $25. If you don't have it, it's $149. It's the same as it is on Trump RX. The difference is, again, is that we're not paying, the consumer and the taxpayer isn't paying for GoodRx. They're just, God, they're just creating a veneer over the top of GoodRx. That's why Cuban's there. Because it's just going to redirect. It might as well just, like, if you go to trumprx.gov, redirect to GoodRx.
Or alternatively, give them the option of getting a discounted prescription shipped straight to their door. They can have it delivered right to their front door.
Okay. Yeah, I understood. I understand it was presumed to be the front door, not the garage door or the side door.
This will provide...
Unless it's butt cream like we were looking at before, in which case, leave it on the back porch.
American...
you can quote me on that. Ha! Leave it on the back porch.
Consumers with new options, more savings, and unprecedented price transparency, putting billions and billions of dollars back into the pockets of hardworking Americans. What a difference.
He's just ripping it off.
Difference it's going to make at the end of a week. For generations.
At the end of a week.
Drug prices have only gone up, and under my administration, for the first time in history, drug prices are coming down, and they are coming down very, very dramatically and substantially.
No, they're not. These are the same prices that GoodRx had last year.
Politicians from both parties promised for decades to make health care more affordable, but they all failed, every single one of them. And when they thought they had it, they couldn't get other countries to go along. I got all the other countries to come
No, you didn't.
along. I said, you don't come along, we're going to tariff you.
And you can't, because that's Congress's job. So they went, get fucked. So you went to the pharmaceutical companies and said, we'll buy giant lots of these drugs ahead of time to drive the price down. And we'll do it with some of the other bulk buyers and hide it because of national security.
And they all said, we'd love to come along, sir, but I'm actually getting it done. And I don't care how I do it. I got to get it done for the people. I want to thank the incredible...
I don't care if it's communism.
...team behind this historic accomplishment, including Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Bobby.
He's like, is that me?
Administrator for the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, Dr. Mehmet Oz.
Here seen checking his pockets to try and remember if he brought his keys or not. Did you ever notice he always stands like that? Like, fuck, did I... Where... I didn't leave the car running, did I?
Team, what a team this is.
Such a team of guys who had nothing to fucking do with any of this.
And Chief Counselor of Health and Human Services, Chris Klump. And I also...
Sorry, did he say Chris Klump? I'm just saying.
Especially have to thank the genius behind the world-class website that will soon be serving hundreds of millions of Americans. Airbnb co-founder and chief design officer of the United States, Joe Gebbia, who's really amazing, and Ed Korstein, and the team at the National Design Studio, which is as good as you get.
No, it's not. It's silly. It looks like a holding page you could get done. Like fucking Claude could do this in an afternoon for free, dummy. The only reason you like it is because you can buy your butt cream in secret, but also because, if I can do this, we'll go back to This is the fucking design team. Oh my God. How did they ever think of this? It's got text and then it's got grass and America's gold and it's so great. And this is the most impactful and this is proof it's in the prices. Yes, it's proof that Ozempic is actually more expensive here than it is on GoodRx. Frequently asked question, what is Trump RX? I don't know. Which drugs are listed on the website? So the presidential deals include many commonly prescribed brand name drugs, such as fertility and weight loss drugs. As of May 18th, Trump RX also lists generic drugs. The prices on generic drugs listed on Trump RX are displayed using private pharmacy discount aggregators to, oh shit, fuck that. Oh my God, this is so good. Just ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fine Print Theater. All right. As of May 18, 2026, Trump RX also lists generic drugs. The prices on generic drugs listed on Trump RX are displayed using private pharmacy discount aggregators to provide consumers with transparency into the best cash price discounts available to them. So it has nothing to do with the site itself. You can this is just tell you how much you'll pay if you go to the fucking store. Insured patients should always check the Trump RX price against those offered through their insurance companies. More drugs are added all the time. No, they aren't. This is the first time they've added anything to it, and they're all generics. And these drugs are not available on Trump RX at all. They are simply there. Hold on. They are simply there as to make the weight of all the prices. So you have all these expensive drugs, and you throw a bunch of cheap drugs on, and the average price of drugs available is so much lower when you do that. Oh, how are they? Okay, sorry. How are prices of generic drugs shown on Trump RX different than presidential deals? Presidential deals refer to the discounts on high-cost brand medications, often without generic competitors, negotiated by President Trump through his most favored nation drug price initiative. The prices on, which again isn't a thing, listed on Trump RX are displayed using private pharmacy discount aggregators. This is the same shit. Do I need to create an account or register on Trump RX? No, there's no need because this isn't a real thing. Can I get Trump RX prices at my local pharmacy? You bet. As a matter of fact, we're just copying them from your local pharmacy. This website actually isn't shit. Or actually is shit, depending on how you want to look at it. How does my doctor send prescriptions to Trump RX? Prescriptions do not need to be sent to Trump RX. Your doctor should send prescriptions to the pharmacy of your choice when the discounted price is, where the discounted price is available. Does Trump RX cost anything? No, it's free to use. Now, that's not what I was asking. How much did the fucking website cost to tack fucking Trump's goddamn name on shit? Ugh. This is so... Whoops, get back down here.
Under my America by Design executive order, Joe and his design team have been working to make your government more beautiful, more modern, convenient, and effective. In addition to the Trump RX website, they've...
And have more facts.
Built...
Not facts. Not facts. Facts. Frequently asked question segments like that don't actually tell you any fucking thing.
Amazing experience behind TrumpAccounts.gov and the new food pyramid, Freedom 250, and much more. They're doing a job for the country like I can say...
Like nobody's ever done a job for the country before. Fuck Roosevelt and fuck... Lincoln and George Washington and Kennedy and Johnson and yeah.
Design-wise, nobody has ever seen.
Design-wise, yes. We've never seen this much gold slathered on everything like we're in MBS's toilet.
So, Joe, please show us how Trump RX is bringing the modern face to healthcare and really helping us to save lots of money and lots of lives. Joe, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. Here we go. This is exciting. This is like the Apple Developer Day. I'm so excited or whatever. I can't wait to see if there's going to be an Apple Watch app.
Thank you. In just months, Trump RX has accomplished what Washington said couldn't be done.
A website giving the same discounts that are available on all the other sites, including the site created by the guy standing fucking next to you.
Those numbers you shared represent huge savings at real scale for real Americans.
No, they don't. Citation needed. They have nothing to do with it. You print out your coupon and you go there and you get the discount that already fucking existed.
And none of this would be possible without your leadership and your belief that Americans deserve better health. So today's great announcements of more drugs, more pharmacies, and home delivery
More pharmacies. There you go. And home delivery. That would be Amazon and GoodRx, I'm guessing.
are making healthcare simpler and smarter for Americans. Let's go live to the new TrumpRx experience.
The Trump RX experience. It's a fucking website. Simmer down. You print out a generic coupon and you take it to. This is so stupid.
So that $400 million saved for Americans, that means
is a farce.
Better living and less stress for millions of families. So let's browse some of those medications.
No, it's not. Explain your fucking self. How is the visits to the website have not translated into $400 million saved? I'm calling bullshit right out of the gate, dum-dum. No fucking way. And getting a coupon that does nothing to send you to the pharmacy where you were going to buy your drugs anyways at the price they were already available is fucking bananas. It's like you're wasting people's time. This is costing people money. Time is money, my friend.
Immediately, you'll see a new section called Presidential Deals.
So fucking embarrassing.
These are some of the most affordable brand name drugs in America.
And we pre-bought a shit ton of them on the taxpayer's dime so that we can offer the same price that the big bulk buyers that already exist on the internet buy. This is so dumb.
Made possible thanks to our president's legendary deal making. So let's take a look at a few of these. This is Foundayo, the new GLP-1 pill, 77% off. This is the insulin measure.
Sorry, no. Nope. 71% off from what? It's the same price on GoodRx. They didn't make the deal. It's the same price at Walmart. They didn't negotiate with France and tell them, fuck you, I'm going to tariff you. Even though they are called Target, I feel like they have a relationship.
Medication, 72% off. This is Trulicity, 61%.
By the way, you'll notice $35 insulin. That was from Biden.
Off. These are
Trulicity is at $389.
Life-changing savings.
Life-changing savings or life-changing drugs or life-saving drugs, but they're changing your life and also saving your. It's the same
for millions of Americans. Now, search also got smarter too. You can now look up brand name drugs and see the generic version. Let's try a brand drug named Glucophage. It's for diabetes and it costs around $20. So search now shows.
Sorry, Glucophage? Is that what he was trying to say? Glucophage.
The lower cost option, metformin. Metformin has the same active ingredients, but now watch this. The price, $8.42. So you found an affordable price. Now where do you get it? You can find your trusted pharmacy in one search. Watch how easy this is. I'll use mine. Capsule Pharmacy. Boom, there it is. Now, we also created
which is twice the price on the lowest price for some reason. Just a local thing.
Another way to find the best price. Introducing Map Search.
Wow, that's amazing. Did you vibe code that?
For the first time, you can see chain and local independent pharmacies on the same map. So here's my location. I see an option here at a pharmacy for $18 and a block away, $8.42. Now you can compare for the best medicine prices, as easy as it is to compare hotels or Airbnbs or baseball tickets. This is simple, transparent healthcare pricing. So when I find what I'm looking for, I take this coupon, show it to the pharmacist, and I get the Trump RX price. That simplicity is why Trump RX has taken off nationwide.
Okay, not a good hand gesture, my friend. But I would also like to point out that, like, why the fuck would I need the coupon? If this is for all Americans, these prices are set. Sorry, so I can take the coupon and get a shittier price too? What are you talking about? This is the generic price for it.
Okay, there's one more thing. Today, we added new partners for fast home prescription delivery. I can actually get this medicine to my door in a day or so. So from search to savings to satisfaction, this is healthcare built for modern life.
So is this. Pay as little as $0. Oh my God! If you have if you have a membership for GoodRx, you can get metformin for fucking free. And you know that $8 price he was just bragging about? What's nearby there, buddy? What was that again? Well, you can look on your site there. Can you do that, buddy? How much was that? $8.42. How much was that? Well, guess what, dummy? Here's $7.64 at Walgreens. Sam's Club's got it for $20. Target's got it for $9 with companion. I don't know whether without companion, which is basically the idea. If you carry in your little coupon. And that's metformin ER. That's the XR version of it. Let's see if there was a just regular metformin, I think. Hold on. Because it doesn't have an XR. I apologize. This is specific to this. I'll just go to straight metformin. No, thank you. I don't need it. Oh, here you go. So with the whole thing, you get it for free. Standard GoodRx price is $12.75. CVS has it for $5. Target has it for $5. And everybody else with companion has it for nothing. So the average price is $9 where I am. So an extra penny at Walmart nearby. This is...
You compare prices on flights. Why not medicine?
You do, stupid. There's 5 fucking websites that do this. Hold on. This is so aggravating. Telehelp, whatever. There you go. There's the Walmart. Yeah. Love what you think. Give our feedback. Well, I haven't opened the page yet. So how about that? Go back to here. Back up one. Taking a moment to load. Walmart pharmacy does the exact same thing, is my point. Okay, so let's see. Walmart pharmacy. There you go. I'll just open this up from their page. Yeah, here you go. Same thing, stupid. Design and create an account, refill prescriptions, transfer them, get them delivered. This is filled by that. We're going to choose how and when you receive the things. You can pick it up. Walmart Plus members get free delivery. Same thing is true with Amazon Prime and all these other things. Fuck.
Don't just fill your prescription. Trump or exit.
Oh, God. How about I just exit? All right, I can't anymore. Chat room, I'm like, this is just fucking cringy. It's a fucking farce. This is really aggravating. I don't and I don't understand how maggots fall for this crap. I went just fell off the back of the truck deals. It's great. Yeah. Do sick and older people have printers? Right. Well, that's a good point. It's a scam. Yes, it is absolutely another scam. I'm going to let you guys go. Appreciate you hanging out with me on a Monday evening. Hit that like, share the show. If you like the fact that I'm pretty sure. PNPX says, does it come with a punch card? I sure as fuck hope so. Yeah. If you get with Trump RX, if you get your metformin after 9 pills, you get 1 free plus sprinkles. It's just, sorry, maggots. Do you guys fall for this shit? Really? Do you really believe this? Go look at it. I mean, you don't have to trust me. I know you don't. Don't just trust me on this. Go fucking look. If you like the show, give a thumbs up. That would really be helpful. Appreciate it. On your way out the door. I think the show's been worth it today. I covered a bunch of stuff today. I showed you your president is AI a good portion of the time, especially when he reads Bible verses, because he has a particular aversion to reading Bible verses. We'll have to figure that out later. I suppose. But in the meantime, hit that like and share the show and the clips and leave a comment and all those kind of things. And if you get a chance and you're over on YouTube anytime, subscribe, will you? Yes, after 10 you get a free sub. That's one of my concerns. All right. In honor of Trump RX and his AI video and Tucker Carlson and Kevin O'Leary pretending to give a shit about the average American, they all together get this is some bullshit. Also, by the way, Wednesday's a flying day. I won't have a show. I'll have a show tomorrow. And then on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm performing. Dates at nerdhalen.com. See you guys soon. Love ya. Hold on. I always lose my pointer. You fool, I've lost my pointing stick. I've got nothing to point with now.
Promises made, they rot in the air. A handshake, a lie, a blank, cold stare. Puppets dance, the strings are tight. Shadows whisper in the dead of night. This is some bullshit. We see through it. This is some bullshit. Can't undo it. Say it loud. We won't quit. This is some bullshit. Paper thin truths that crumble like ash. Golden thrones built on stolen cash. We raise our fists.
This song is available on my SoundCloud, by the way.
Your